Right, welcome back everybody. Today we've got the TZR off the lift and I've put the Piaggio NRG back on. What we're going to be doing today is I want to take the rear shock off and give it a bit of a clean and repaint. So I want to get these front forks off as well. But first of all we'll tackle the back one, get that off, get it repainted, refit it, and then we'll come to have a look at these front forks, getting these off. I know for a fact taking these mudguard bolts out, they are going to snap. It's a common thing with them. I've had them before on previous NRGs I've had. They just always snap, so I'm not worried. I know it's going to happen. So let's get started and we'll get that rear shock off. Right then, before we start, I just thought I'd bring you in and show you the TZR wiring loom, what I've done. I've put all the new ends on it. I haven't changed these plastic ends. They look alright, and I've given them a clean. So this one I've got to look at because you can see it's broken there, so I need to sort that out when I come back to refitting it. I did miss one there, and that just shows you what they was all like. I mean, you can clean them ends up, but I'd rather put fresh ones on, just like that. It looks a lot cleaner. The boots are nice and clean where they've gone all sun faded. I've re-wrapped it in the tape, and I will, once it's all back on the bike connected up, I will go ahead and re-tape this, but I didn't want to tie all this up and have to untie it because I can't get a cable somewhere where it needs to be. So I just wanted to leave them ones loose for now, and I say when it's on the bike at a later date we will tidy all them up as well. So that's that. I've got the casings back from the Vapor Blasters. They've been back about a week now. They've come up really nice, so I'm really happy with them. So I can go ahead and get the bearings for them now. There's a bearing shop in Lincoln, so I'm going to take all the bearings down there, and hopefully I can get them down there rather than buying them online. So I know if I take them to the place, it'll measure them and do everything, and we'll be coming out with what we need, and there's going to be no mess ups hopefully. So that's that. So the TZR is under the sheet here, just trying to protect it a bit. And this is the rear shock that I'm on about. There's nothing wrong with the shock itself. A little bit of surface, well, it's not even that, it's just muck, it's just wiped off there. So, and it's not leaking, so I'm happy with this. But I just want to tidy up this flaky paint, so we're going to have this one off first, and that is a bolt there. And if you can just see there, you've got the top mount there, so we'll get that off now. Right, so you've got a 13mm on this side, and on the rear it's a 17. I'm just going to hold back with a set of grips on here because I need to get a set of spanners in here really. And you've got your 13. Don't know if you can see with my arm in the way, but so we'll just unknit this. And I did lube these up the other day, so they have been soaking for a few days last time I was in it. There we go. We'll just leave that pin in there for now, but we've got the bolt out. And we'll just drop the table down a little bit. There we go. Just put your bar back in. And I will have to drop this battery out. I can't actually get you in there, so I'm just going to put the 13mm deep reach on here. There is a slot in the top, so I might have to hold back on that, and that means changing my socket, but I'm hoping I'll get away without holding back. Yeah, it's coming off nicely. There we go. So that's just popped up then. Get your bolt and washer. So now that's popped out, we can take that bolt out, and hopefully, there we go. And that's one rear shock out, and all the rubbers and everything look good. Top rubber looks perfect, not a problem there at all. As you can see, that will go again. It looks like it's had a new shock in here because someone's left the other bolt there. There's the old bolt from the other one, look. I think from standard these ain't blue anyway, so I think they're normally black and yellow, I reckon. Don't quote me on that, but I think on my previous ones they've been black and yellow. So right, we'll take this into the log cabin and we'll get this cleaned up a bit. Right then, as you can see there, I got carried away and I did get it stripped down off of camera, so I will show you it when I'm rebuilding it. So what I actually done was I just took your top mount off there, and you just hold back on a screwdriver there, and then you just wind this nut off, and that's the 11mm. So we can get that right fully sandblasted now, and we will cover this piston up with some tape just so we don't get no damage to that, and then we can repaint this. And this top hat which comes on here was actually sunk 24 threads down, so once I come back I'll be counting 24 threads down and it'll be back to where it was. So let's get sandblasting. Right, welcome back everybody. Back in the polytunnel now. So we're just going to give these a spray. I'll give them a sandblast and an acetone down. And I'm not going for the same colour, blue and yellow. I'm going to go for silver and with a black spring. So just give them a bit of a dusting. So we'll just let them tack off for a bit and then we'll come back and give them a second coat. He's back. Let's take the safety bar out. What we've done, we've took the front wheel off. That's self-explanatory, just a bolt out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these forks off.
There you go, we'll stop there. Pinch bolt, 17mm. I'll do it, am I?
Well,
Why have a dog and bark yourself, go on. On the old back. Ready?
Yeah.
Right, is that one of them bolts that's got to come right out, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being a handlebar, it would be a safety feature. Not to just have a pinch bolt on there. You have a cut out in the bolt itself, don't you? And the bolt slides into a groove.
This is why I don't get dirty hands. I wear your gloves.
My gloves, yes, exactly. Alright, they should lift off now. I'll hold that.
That's it.
That's it. You want to put that bolt back through there, you know which way it went through. Not that it should matter, but nice to know, isn't it? Alright, okay, what can you do with that?
That'll be alright dangling.
She'll be alright. Right, you've got your adjusting up there.
Yep.
What was that to drop?
That's just a screw from the mud guard.
Right, okay. You ain't got a C-spanner, have you?
Have we?
We have somewhere, but we got the adjustable C-spanner. You want to hold that? Got it?
So it's gone.
They only just nipped up then, by the way. Never tight. Squash your bearings. Other than that, there should be a washer on top of that as well. Yes, there is. It's got a little lug in it, so you can only put that on one way. Now that'll drop out now if you're not careful. Then you've got the other washer, which just literally runs. It's not even tight. It's literally hand tight on the actual bearings themselves. So once we unscrew this, right, that comes off. You've got your upper bearing race, which is there, and that just drops down there. And you'll have a lower bearing race as well, so we'll take the ramp up in the air now, we can pull that bottom one out.
Right then, so as we went to take the caliper off, there's 2 hex bolts, and the other one was actually chewed up from a previous job by the looks of it, so we've had to drill that out there. So we can go ahead now and carry on dropping these forks.
Okay, that's it, forks are out. That should sit up there now, shouldn't it?
Yep.
There's our lower bearing race on there, as you can see. We daren't take this mudguard off right at this moment, because one of these well-known things is if you can't undo these and you try to put any impact drivers on them, you snap off the little lugs off the lower fork legs, and then you can't put a mudguard back on. That's the reason why we haven't taken the mudguard off at this stage of the game. You don't know whether these are salvageable yet, do you? No,
I'll bring them in to have a look. So there's the bit of pitting on there. That's all mud on there. That'll clean off actually. We'll leave them to one side now. I'm going to rebuild the rear shock absorber and we'll get that back on. Right then, so that's that fully rebuilt. So what we'll do now, drop that down. There we go. Clean that bolt up and all. Hold that back again. Right up yet, because we still need to bring that down. So we need to lower the bike to lower the back end. So we can bring that down. Right, now we'll bring the table down. Right, I've got you as best I can. So we'll just pop this back in. There we go. I've got to go too mad with that. Right then, so there we go. That's all back together now. It looks 100 times better than it did. Another little job done. Don't know if I'm going to be doing the wheels yet. So it's not a restoration job, it's just a tidy up. So right, so we're going to leave it here for this little video. And until next time, we'll see you about.